Hey guys, so I'm going to do a quick overview of Studio 3, and this is not in the student view, this is in my teacher view, so it's probably going to look a little bit different. Hopefully not too different. Oh, I forgot where modules were. So I'm going to go to modules, and I'm going to close this up, go down to Studio. I'm going to open Studio 3. So what Studio 3 is focusing on is critical reading and scholarly text. So we talked about we were going to get into the scholarly text and the peer-reviewed articles and what to do with those a little bit later on into our research. So you maybe have already found a scholarly article, but if you haven't, or you found one in the exercise, but it's not really what you want to do, then you can find one now. Find a peer-reviewed article, and we're going to use this activity to practice like what to do with these articles, breaking them down. So we're going to look at scholarly text as a genre, like what their components are, what the style is, what the expectations are, how they're reviewed, and then what you can do with them. So the librarian has a video where you are going to talk, or where you're going to look at like what the parts of a scholarly article are, and then on the next part there's a video where she's going to explain like how to break it down, how to break down what to do with these parts and how to read them. And I'm also going to kind of look at an example and kind of walk you through that, and then you're going to practice with your own article. So what you're going to be actually doing is, again, you are finding that one article. You're going to submit one Google Doc for this activity. So you're going to put all of your work on one Google Doc. So you need the notes from the videos, the completed worksheet at the end of this activity that actually is the close reading of your own article, and a working link or PDF of the article that you used. So I can check it to make sure. If you're not sure if it's an article, in the video I show you like kind of some ideas for how to check it, because just having the peer-reviewed stamp isn't always enough, because again, journals are like magazines and there's lots of different genres in there. So not news, not editorials, not blogs. It has to be an article as the document type. Like when you pull up the article, the information says document type, and it needs to be article. So we'll kind of talk about that a little bit. And if you're not sure, post it in the coffee shop and see if you can get some feedback there. So the first part of this is her video on the parts of the scholarly article. So the first thing you're going to do is open a Google Doc and make some notes on the parts of a scholarly article. Next thing is she's going to walk you through reading a scholarly article. So there's a video on that. And then I have a video below. Sorry, I'm going to add this. Still says under construction. Where it's a video on like a sample scholarly article. So this is actually the sample I'm going to be going through. I'm going to scroll up. So I've actually kind of annotated it and added my own kind of notes on it. And I'm going to walk you through kind of what you could do with this article. So this is actually based on the topic that she typically uses, the microaggressions. This is an article on a study conducted about Asian international students in Canada dealing with microaggressions. So I kind of walked you through that, building off of the topic she typically uses, and explain like what these different sections are and what you could do with them. Like if you were researching what you could get from them, if you were writing a paper, where you could go first, like what would be the good places to go to get your information and your evidence and things to talk about. So both of these, please make some notes, especially on like her deep reading process and the strategies, because that's what you're going to be using for your own article. And then here is the activity. So you're going to go here. You have to choose two options here. You can make your own copy and just like copy and paste your notes, or you want everything together. So even though you want to do the activity after you've made the notes, you're welcome to open this first. Open this Google Doc. I'll go ahead and open it in a new tab. And add everything on it. You can copy and paste the prompts, like whatever you need to do to make sure it's all in one document. But you will need to make your own copy, because again, this is a Google Doc, so if everybody's writing on it, then we're all going to be just looking at each other's work instead of everybody having their own worksheet. So make sure you go to File and make a copy. See, and copy document, it adds it into your own drive. So she's going through like her process again, like she goes through all the parts: the abstract, introduction, literature review, the body, discussion, conclusion. So what you're going to be filling out is your research topic, the title, author, any graphics in your article and what kind. List 2 terms in the article that are either issue specific, a name, organization, something unknown to you. So this is similar to what we did with like the Wikipedia activity. Like when you're reading something, look for things that you can use and build off of. So I actually show you an example of a couple of terms that you could kind of look up in the sample article. So you need to look up the term and then put some notes about it in your own words. And then what kinds of information can you find about the author? You already know how to do some of this stuff. What is the source about? How does it relate to your topic? What's the problem they're addressing? And then the main findings. Select 2 direct quotes or pieces of information that relate to your topic. And again, in the example, I kind of walk you through some good places that you might go to get some of those quotes. For each, explain why this stood out to you and what your response is. Where does this article fit into the conversation? Again, with the example, I kind of show like how they thread that through the whole article. So places where you might be able to go to find that. Where you can go from here. So like everything you read should give you new questions. So what new question could you ask? What could you still look into? And then what is a part of your topic that the source does not address? So you're going to fill this out. So you're going to be turning in like your notes on the videos, the link to this article, and then this worksheet with your responses to your article. And if you have any questions about this, please let me know. Peace.